Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the Podium, Big Mendy's first podcast, and today we have none other than the actual legend himself, Larry Wheels. Larry, I just want to thank you for coming
Oh,
on. I mean, it's an
thanks for
absolute
having me,
pleasure.
man.
It's
Thank
a
you.
it's a pleasure, bro. And I just we're starting this thing off, and I don't know if you guys knew, but I'm marketing in a month from now. But Larry was in from Dubai, and I couldn't I couldn't not do it. I mean, he's the man. I mean, he's an icon, and I'm a big fan. So it's an absolute pleasure, brother.
Oh man, it's an honor to be here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's so much that I want to talk to you about. First of all, we have a lot in common. We're both New Yorkers originally,
Oh
which
yeah.
is kind of cool.
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York, you're Bronx, right?
Yes, sir.
Right up the street, man. Right up the street. And as far as our upbringings, we had a lot in common. You want to get into that exactly, kind of like what happened between mom and dad, or and then I'll kind of get into mine, and we'll kind of get things in common of how you grew up.
Of course, yeah. And my dad was there until I was about 2 years old, and then he wasn't. He
Right.
disappeared. Couldn't take the responsibility. To be fair, he had me when he was 17 or 18 years old. He wasn't ready.
Right.
My mom was 24. She likes him young.
Yeah. No, you know what? I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't judge. I don't blame. And then, believe it or not, he broke into her apartment one day. I was still a baby in the carriage. She says he raped her, robbed her, and shortly after that, she put him in jail.
Wow.
And he did time. He did a few years.
Right.
And really, my father and I, we haven't spoken since.
Right. Well, I guess there's reason behind that.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's that's a very unfortunate thing. But my father left me when I was 5. They got divorced, and I moved to California, and he decided not to talk to me until I broke my first world record. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not for nothing. My father reached out to me on Instagram not too long ago, about a year or two ago, when I really started trending and getting millions of views and whatever. That's when he reached out to me on Instagram, trying to say, "Hey, how are you? You're right. Yeah."
Yeah, my grandfather was Rocky Marciano's stablemate. He was a pro fighter. And his father left him during the Depression, and they were pulling worms out of raisins and eating them. I mean, that's how bad it was. So he went on the streets and started fighting, and he ended up being a pro. And when he became pro, his father got a hold of him. So it's funny, when I was growing up, my grandfather said, "You know what? He's going to call you one day." And when I broke my first world record, my phone rang, and there he was. I was like, "Holy fuck. Grandpa said you were going to call." So trippy. I think these are the things that made us the men we are today.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You go through tribulations in life, and you either let it engulf you and succumb you and your life is ruined, or you be the human that you can be and you deal with it and you make a positive out of it.
Yeah, I agree. Sink or swim.
Yeah. And I was reading about you, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to overstep a line if that's it, but I just thought that it's so inspiring that you went through such a childhood that you did, and you became Larry Wheels.
The success is more sweet.
Yeah.
When you have the hard upbringing, that's for sure.
100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
I can go back. I'd take it all.
Oh, totally.
The same.
Totally.
I take it again.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, I was reading about your food, and oh, wait a minute. Here's our. You know what?
Is that pork chop?
It's pork chop. We're getting some food today. Thank you, son. Here you go, Larry.
Thank you,
For
sir.
you, sir.
This looks excellent.
Thank you. Wow. So, I was thinking that maybe we should have a good meal together while we go over this. And I was reading about your food, how disciplined you are with your food. And I think that's a huge part. I'm also known for food intake. Being a pro athlete, being the strongest in the world, you really have to dig into your appetite and not just eat the food that you like, but eat the food that's going to fuel you properly.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, and I was reading how your chicken and rice intake every day, and and how you cheat meal to get the proper fats in and stuff like that. I think it's very admirable.
Yeah.
You know.
That's during bodybuilding prep, but
Right.
during powerlifting and strongman prep, most recently I started working with Matt Jansen.
Okay.
And I told him that I've been doing the chicken and rice and the beef and rice and gorging myself and eating as much as I can, but I couldn't get over 270, 275. And then I started thinking, well, maybe it's because I'm still super young, and I've been hearing, well, when you're over 25, you're 25 to 30, your metabolism slows down and it becomes easier. But I'm thinking to myself, I need to add more size to be a more serious strongman competitor. And I'm chasing Eric Williebridge's record. He's been an inspiration of mine as well.
Right.
Ray Williams, just want to be big and strong as possible. So we took an unconventional approach, and he tried something different with me. So lately it's been like 3 protein shakes per day.
Okay.
It's like half a liter of ice cream in each shake.
Right.
In addition to 6 meals, and literally every day there's pizza, there's pasta. It's very dirty, but it's temporary, and it has been working. But when I do bodybuilding prep, it is very plain, and it is very difficult.
Right.
But just as that's difficult, not eating till I'm full, this strongman and powerlifting diet is very difficult as well, because like you said, it takes a lot of heart and willpower.
Well, you got to eat even if you're not hungry.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's a job.
It really is. It just takes all day. I'm most days, especially when I'm like under 10 weeks out, I'm just sitting at home all day long, every 2-3 hours, just sitting on the couch eating.
Right.
But that's my job.
Right.
Right. 40 minutes to get through one meal, and then you take a dump, you get ready for the next one.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I don't do the ice cream thing, but I'll do like a weight gainer shake, and I'll do that throughout the day. Right now I'm about 310 to 15 pounds right now, but I've been up to 390. And, at 390, I was eating 12,000 calories a day, 5 pounds of red meat, 40 egg whites a day, 7,500 calories in weight gainer. And it's just, and the weight gainer is like eating ice cream. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of concept.
Yeah.
But I think that, I just admire you for the discipline that you have in your training. And I also wanted to get into, you recently moved to Dubai.
Yes, I did.
And you trained with certain people over there. And let's get into that. Can you tell me a little bit about the experience over there and what you went and why?
Sure. Actually, Thor was a big part of that decision. So when I was in Iceland, he said, hey, you want to get better at strongman? I think you should be a part of this new program that World Ultimate Strongman is offering. It's an incubator program.
Right.
So it's 6 weeks of training where they cover all my accommodation. And I said, well, sure. And I've never been to the Middle East, so I thought it was an amazing opportunity. I took it, and after a couple weeks of staying there, I thought to myself, maybe I can stay here longer. Mm-hmm. But what really made that decision, what really made me make that decision to stay there is, I'm sure you've came across some of the drama with my ex and I. And
I honestly didn't even want to get into that. But if you want to,
oh no,
you're live. Let the world know, bro.
No, I'm not gonna get deep into it, but I'm just gonna touch the surface of why I made the decision to stay in Dubai. Because before Dubai, I had made the decision to move to LA, and that was a big decision. And I was here for maybe only 3-4 months before the opportunity with Thor and Iceland came, and then next thing you know, I'm in Dubai, and I thought to myself, okay, I gotta get back to Dubai, to LA now, but. My ex and I had a history of breaking up, getting back together. I don't want to go back to LA. She lives in LA, and then just repeat the whole cycle. So I actually happened to meeting a girl in Dubai who I really like, and we hit it off. So that made me stay longer than I thought I would. And we're still together now. She's here with me outside the room. So
very beautiful young lady, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. I think you did good. Hey, honestly, I'll just tell you, and since we're all live, if you'd have brought an ugly chick in, I'd have been bagging on you for the rest of your life, bro.
I You
So
cold
good
as
going,
ice.
bro. Good going.
Thank you. But I want to be honest. I've always been honest with my
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
It's not just about training and work. Sometimes, like, of course, there's the emotional side and the love and the romance of my life, and that impacts a lot of decisions I make. Of course, I'm not gonna be. For me, I've always been in a relationship since I've been a teenager.
Yeah.
And that was a big reason why I decided to stay in Dubai.
Sure.
But besides that, that was one of the biggest reasons. Besides that, it was just a complete change in lifestyle from America.
Yeah.
Seeing the men in Conduras and the women in the Obayas and completely covered from head to toe.
Yeah. That's interesting, huh?
Yeah, being surrounded by dirt and sand. And thing I love about it though is growing up in rough neighborhoods. You look over your shoulder. In Dubai, you don't. In Dubai, you get caught stealing, you get deported. The crime rate's super low. Very clean city I've ever been to. Cost of living there is much less than you might think it is.
Really? I thought it was ridiculous.
Not at all. It's very low compared to, for example, New York City or Los Angeles.
Really?
So, yeah, it was a really pleasant supply.
I gotta cruise out there with you sometime.
You have to. You'll be taken care of. Believe me. You'll live lavish for less. It's really cool.
Huh.
The gyms they have out there are amazing. The new oxygen gym's amazing. There's a lot of appeal to it. But with all that said, to grow my brand, to grow PR, I'm gonna have to make a move back here.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
LA's the spot, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what you do, me growing up in New York and then coming to LA, I've tried to move away many times, and it's weird. There's like an invisible rubber band attached to my ass. And like, I'll go, and next thing you know, boom, I'm back. And then finally I got to the point where I was just like, all right, I surrender. So yeah, I understand, How was working with Thor? I've never met him. I heard he's a really good guy.
He really is. He's just as they say, he is a real gentle giant. And he told me everything he could about strongman in the brief time that I was there. And he has an amazing support system, and it's really inspiring and motivating to see that. His dad's helping him sell and ship out merch. And his mom and his sisters, they're just always there at the gym. His nieces, he just has an amazing support system that are always there and helping him along the way. So his childhood friends are there every gym session, every session.
Really?
Yeah, it was just amazing to see.
Huh.
Yeah, they're always there for him.
Well, I'll tell you, the support system is everything in our sport. With my ex, I would be getting ready for a competition, and the night before, she would start a huge fight with me. And I would like beg her. I'd be like, please, baby, please. I just need to focus. And no matter what, the hugest fight. And it was like the next day I was shaking, like when I was going out to compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, to deal with all that, it's just the support system when it's positive. There's nothing that a man can't do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as far as you've been in a strongman, you've been into bodybuilding, you've been into powerlifting. What was the first thing you got into?
First, it was bodybuilding. I was pretty vain. I just wanted to fill up the sleeves of my shirt, bigger chest.
Yeah.
And then I got boring. I put on size. I was happy with my physique very quickly, only a couple years after training. And then I met a veteran who was a lot older than me and experienced in powerlifting. He wasn't a great powerlifter, but he knows kind of at least the basics to teach me, and he did. And I thought to myself, wow, this is a lot more fun than bodybuilding. And I realized that I was getting stronger than the people around me, the guys in the gym, the hardcore gym in the Bronx, very quickly. Yeah. And I thought, maybe I have something here. Maybe I can take this further than I think I can.
And how old were you there?
There, I was 16. I was learning the ropes, and then around 17. From 16 to 17, I put on about 80 pounds.
Right.
And then
80 pounds.
Yeah, literally 80 pounds. Yeah, I went from like 180, 190 to 240, something like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of weight, and I remember I can't even. It was like a blur. The strength came on so quick.
Yeah.
And then I started YouTubing other lifters who were my age, and I couldn't really find anyone that was just as strong as me. And I said, well, I don't really know what to do with my life, so I'm going to pursue this. Right. And then it stuck. I mean, I was happy doing it, but I decided to take it more seriously each year.
Right.
And eventually at 17, 18, I started competing in powerlifting. And then at 21, I took my first all-time world record. Right. And the year after, another one.
Right.
And then that's when my name started to get spread around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was also reading you've competed in bodybuilding.
I have, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
The very first competition I did was not what I was expecting. There was only maybe how many competitors was there in this competition? Would you say?
And which one?
The very first one I did with the Asian guy who shouldn't have been up there.
Yeah. You mean the first strongman?
No, bodybuilding. The first.
Bodybuilding. Oh, there was like 4 in this class.
Yeah, there's really not 4 guys. Yeah, so. But then I did an NPC Nationals in Miami a year later, and that was a real slap in the face because the guys who were my size were my height, were like twice my size. They were just had so much more mass and muscle strength than I did. So I realized that I'm gonna need to seriously bulk up before I come back to the stage, and so I'm putting bodybuilding on the shelf for a little while. I did crack 300 pounds a month ago. And
First time?
For the first time, yeah.
In the Jewish religion, we say Mazel Tov.
Awesome.
That's good shit, bro. That's the first time, huh?
Yeah, it felt good. It felt good because I've been chasing that since I've been a teenager. Like,
Right.
I want to be a 300-pound mass monster.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
But after hanging around Thor, it doesn't feel so big anymore. He's 462 right
Yeah,
now.
well, Thor's also 9'7". I mean, he's a kind of human being that like there's like 2 of around.
Yeah,
You
him
know
and
what I
Brian.
mean? Yeah, that's it, bro. I mean, so you can't. That's kind of let's forget about that comparison. Okay?
Yeah, but that's why I find it even more impressive how you, especially at your height, were able to get to 390 pounds.
Yeah.
And another example would be Eddie. He's a little bit taller than myself, but we're in the same.
You trained
bracket.
with Eddie Hall too, right?
I did a few times, yeah. Big
how was that?
personality. Big personality. We did shoulders, and he did dominate me on a couple of the movements, and he's retired.
Yeah.
Retired, but still 370 pounds.
Dude, he's a world champion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was awesome to see that, though. Yeah.
I never met him. Somebody actually hacked my Facebook and talked a bunch of shit to him. And then he called me up, and I was like, I didn't know what he was talking about.
And then they think you're just.
He thought it was me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then my endorsers came on, and they're like, hey, listen, you need to do an apology to Eddie, because I was pissed off. You know what I mean? So I went, and I made the apology. And Eddie, I really am sorry. That had nothing to do with me. I just got fucking hacked, So anyway, it's all peace, brother. We kind of left on bad terms, and I got nothing against him. Look, I respect the hell out of him. He's one of the greatest ever. That's all right, bro. We'll clean it out.
I'm the messiest idiot you'll
Don't
see.
worry about it. But we just got off to a bad start. Hopefully, I'll meet him again, and things will be all good. But so training with him was pretty spectacular, huh?
It really was, yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Our transition's coming soon.
Really?
You and me. It's coming.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm down.
Definitely. And then soon, maybe even this week before I leave, we'll have to get some arm wrestling in.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be fabulous. When are you leaving?
I'm leaving Saturday evening.
Okay.
Probably to 7. Yeah. I have this strength force thing going on tomorrow. Then anytime from tomorrow evening till Saturday, I can do something.
What are you doing today's Wednesday? Tomorrow night you're busy?
Tomorrow night, what did you have in mind?
I'm going over 1,000 on the bench. I thought maybe you should fuck it up and hang out with me.
Yeah, sure.
Matter of fact, I got a shirt that'll fit you. You want to try it?
That's actually not a bad shot.
And look, I'm not going to put you in a situation that's going to hurt you. In my place, I have a major saying, and that is leave your ego at home.
Okay.
And we do that because it's safer. And plus, in half my life, my ego has fucked me up so much. I've lost out on I've had a great life, don't get me wrong. But there's a few things that I did when I shouldn't have done, and it was ego related. And I think me being older made me kind of mature and recognize that. You know what I mean? Just because you're a strong, bad motherfucker does not mean that you need to always be the strong, bad motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
And back in the day, I just, I had a problem with that. So we had to, tone it down a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell me about the powerlifting. I mean, what kind of training, who did you train with? I'm interested because I really don't know anything about your powerlifting. I mean, I know you broke a couple records. I get that.
Okay.
But there's a story to it.
Yeah. In the beginning, I was self-taught. Just watch YouTube videos.
Sure.
And that got me to like a 700-pound squat and deadlift and like a 500 bench.
Okay.
You know, even up to, I think I hit around 550, 560 before I realized I needed a coach.
Right.
I said, I'm going to get to the next level. I'm going to need a professional.
Sure,
so
sure.
I started working with John Gaglione.
Okay.
He's out on Long Island.
I know John.
Okay, awesome.
My sister's blue collar barbell. Shauna Mendelson.
Okay.
Blue collar barbell. That's my sister.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I actually judged his squat when he went 800.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
That's
I'm the
awesome.
one that passed him. And it was legit, John. It was a good squat. Actually, John was fucking up, and I told him what to do, and it worked. And he was like, "Oh my God, thank you, Mandy." And I was like, "We're all good, bro." It was a great squat. First time he went over 800, so it was kind of exciting. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's very nice.
Yeah.
He's a great coach, and I still work with him today.
Cool.
To this day, I still work with him. Yeah,
Right on.
He's been great. Yeah, that's since I've been working with him, I haven't changed to a different powerlifting coach. So
Okay.
yeah, he's kind of.
Well, don't worry. There's still time.
Sorry, John.
John, I love you, but you know he's going to the next level, bro. I mean, not that I'm trying to sell you here, but you know I'm the only one that's ever done the raw record and the equipped. I'm it. So I don't care, raw lifting, geared lifting. I just love lifting. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah.
And you, my friend, happen to have some of the best talent that I've ever seen. Besides being a nice guy with a great attitude and a positive outlook. And I follow you. So I've always watched that. And I admire that in you. I think that's a great quality to have. And I think as far as an athlete, forget about the people. I'm not talking about, fuck you all. I'm not talking about you. This is about him right now, okay? I think you have the ability to be the best that there ever was.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
And I know bench is a big thing for you.
It is. Yeah.
I think you want to beat Julius Maddox, don't you?
I sure do. Yeah, he's definitely got a head start right now. He's in the lead.
Hey, let me tell you something about that guy. First of all, he's one of the biggest motherfuckers I've ever seen before. What is he, 440 pounds?
450, yeah.
He's huge. He's huge.
And like 6'2", 450.
Yeah, I mean, he is just, you know what? I saw him break the record, and I haven't met you, Julius. I'm looking forward to it. And I want to coach you too, brother. But he's so strong that he's not even using any technique. I mean, he's just manhandling that shit and putting 755 pounds up. I mean, that is fucking incredible. You know what I mean? The talent that he has, remember, he's got 140 pounds on you.
Right. You know, I met him first. The first time I met him was at the Animal Cage, I think.
In the Arnold?
Yeah, I think it was 2017 or 2018, about 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I think he just missed a 700-pound bench.
Right.
And now, I mean, I know the higher you get on the bench, the more close you get to 700 pounds, and then eventually break past that, the harder it gets. I just can't believe how much he's added to his bench in just a couple of years, over 700 pounds.
You know what, honestly? I think the Russian had a lot to do with it.
Does he have a Russian coach?
No, the Russian lifter.
The Russian lifter.
The original bench presser.
Ah, Krill. Had a lot to do with it?
I think when Kirill broke that record, I think Julius said, fuck that. I'm taking this shit for myself.
I think that was a fire under his ass.
Dude. And you know what? Kirill was at my gym with Big Boy. Did you see that YouTube?
Krill was at your gym. He was here.
He was here, and Big Boy was here at the same time.
No, I didn't see that. How did I miss
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I got it on my YouTube. Check it out. But, you know, it was about 2 weeks before Julius broke Kirill's record. And I saw, I mean, dude, you know, I know the fire in the eye, bro. When you want something. And Julius, I don't even know him, but I know him. He'd die for that record. There was nothing holding that man back. And I told Kirill, I said, in 2 weeks, you're going to lose your world record. Go on and look. You'll see it.
You told him on camera.
On camera.
How did he react?
He just kind of like, what's he gonna say?
Yeah, what did he say to that?
What the fuck is he gonna say? But I knew. I saw when Julius missed that bench, and I saw him get up, and I saw how disappointed he was that he didn't get it, because I know that he knew that he had it. I know he went back to the boards and he was just like, this is it. This world is mine. And that's what he's doing now. And now he's like, he's broke through that barrier, so he's on his way to 800.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think he's going to be the first man to do it.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. But I believe that you could give him a run.
I think if I can figure out a way how to get over 350.
All right, hold on. Listen to me. The first thing you have to take away from your mind is can't.
Oh, I don't think I can't do it. I just need to figure out a way how to do it.
I don't think it's a weight issue. I mean, you obviously need to be heavier than you are now.
For sure, yeah.
But I think that you need to learn how to bench from your whole body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I watch your benches critically, bro. I saw when you injured yourself in Dubai. I mean, I know what you're doing wrong. You know what I mean? And I see the strength that you have. And, bro, you're top of the food chain, bro. You're a fucking great white, baby. I truly believe that.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I truly believe that. And I believe that you can go all the way. And I'd like to see you bench equipped, which is why I want you to get in the shirt with me tomorrow night. I got a brand new overkill that they just sent me. That'll fit you.
Yeah, I'm just to try one out for sure.
Dude, I got this new overkill, and it's the guy that owns the thing is Rudy Rosales, and he uses a CAD machine. You know what a CAD machine is? It's an engineering machine that makes your measurements to the millimeter. So he'll take measurements on you, make it, and I don't know if you've ever followed my career in the past, but I would hit like a huge bench, and then for like 6 months I didn't hit anything, and then I would hit another huge bench. And the reason why is because of my equipment. When Inzer makes a shirt, it's top of the line. But then they fuck it up for 10 months until they make you another good shirt. So when Rudy makes a shirt and you need another one, I just go, like I needed another shirt and I was getting bigger. So I told him I want the exact same shirt, but I want the chest plate an inch bigger. That's what I hit the 1,003 in the other day. Okay. And that was right out of the box. So I'm at a 2-board right now. I'm in training. Do you know about board training?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm in the middle of my cycle right now to break the equipment in. And, with a shirt, you need to set the microfibers in the material of the shirt. Like you warm up and get ready for a big lift. You go from light to heavy. Yeah. A shirt reacts the same way. It's almost like it's alive. It's crazy. So you need to break the shirt in properly. If you don't break it in properly, it tears or you don't get the result out of it. So, raw lifting is so much easier because when I put you in a shirt, if the shirt's perfect for you and you lose 3 pounds, you get no pop. And if you gain 3 pounds, you can't touch. So it's an exact science. I think if you show up tomorrow night, dude, benching 1,000 pounds is better than fucking. And I love pussy. But it's a rush that I can't even tell you. It's like afterwards you lay in bed at nighttime and it's like all you can think about. It's like I wasn't going to bench till Monday, but if you're coming tomorrow, I've had 4 days. I can do this.
Okay. You need 1,000 again.
Oh yeah, I'll go over 1,000 tomorrow. You come, I dedicate that to you, baby boy. We'll make that shit
I can't say no now.
I hope you do, bro. I would love for you to be there. It's 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Okay.
So we got a great bunch of guys. And team, you better all show up tomorrow night. Larry motherfucking Wheels is here. You know what I mean? But, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Yeah, there's an iconic photo of you, all bruised up, When exactly was that taken?
That was taken in 2013. I was at Mark Bell's and I was breaking my own world record. And I hit a 655 opener and I slammed it. And the guy on the left handed me off wrong, so it like dropped onto me. So I told Mark, I go, look, you need another liftoff guy. Well, he didn't give me another liftoff guy, and I went 716 on my second lift. So I got the hand out, and at that point, I hit like a 725 a week before. So I was ready, you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
And he handed me the 716, and he dropped it on me, and my left elbow went out. And instead of doing the smart thing and saying no, rack it back up, I was like, fuck it, I can do this. It's only 716. I'll make the correction.
Here, though, you were fully prepared. You were
I was ready to fucking rumble. You know what? You know what? Hindsight, because God, I wish I had a pec right now. I can't go over 500 raw anymore because it tore off the bone.
That was my next question.
Matter of fact, feel right here. You can feel the pit.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? So it reattached over here. But when I bench in a shirt, the shirt is now my pec. So I'm not affected. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's very interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, that does. That's wow. Okay. I didn't know how much a difference the shirt can make, even on an injured pec.
Dude, I get 400 pounds out of my shirt.
Well, if you're benching 5 raw.
No. I'm not talking about that. My best gym bench was 1201.
Oh, wow.
All right. When you go over 1,100 pounds, like all the stars have to align. And if one star's off, you ain't making it that day. Whether it's your liftoff guy or an equipment failure, like the weight gods, they either give it to you or they don't, bro. You know what I mean? I've hit 1,100 plus like 1,000 times. I haven't been able to do it in a show yet. And I'm 50 years old. I turn 51 next month in February.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm an old motherfucker. But you remember that movie Rocky when he goes, I got a little bit left in the basement. You know what I mean? I got a little left in the fucking basement. So I feel really strong right now. And I believe in my heart that I can go over 1,100 at 51 years old.
That's incredible.
So I plan on dusting everybody this year. So that'd be the plan. So, and I'd like you to be there with me, dusting everybody right beside me.
I got some big shoes to fill.
Nah, bro, you got your shoes to fill. You get your shoes and you sit in your shoes and you fuck everybody up. Whenever I competed, I never said, oh shit, I'm competing against this guy today. Never once. I know my number. I know what I need to hit. We go out there. And if we need to hit over that number, when it's time, we do what we have to do. I've never, like Kennelly, all these guys back in the day, these big 1,000+ pound benchers, I never thought any time, oh shit, I gotta beat him. Never occurred to me.
You're right. It's really just you versus you.
That's all it is, bro. If you think about somebody else, you're losing. If you stay in your head, in your circle, in your game plan, there's nothing that Larry Wheels can't fucking do. Nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know how dedicated you are. I've seen it, and I'd like to be part of it. Oh, wait, am I trying to get me into your program again? Shit, I don't know what happened. How does this keep happening? I believe in my heart that I can make this shit happen with you. I got the knowledge, you got the mechanics. As long as you stop hurting yourself all the time. What's up with these injuries going on with you?
That's come to an end. That's come to an end. Yeah, just some reckless lifting.
Promise me something, and I mean it. No more reckless lifting.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I mean, dude, you're 25. I get it. You're Superman. I get it. Now calm Superman down. Now we got real business to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that whole rush of do it in the gym lost its novelty. Good. Now it just needs to be on the platform and it'll be much more rewarding and respectable.
Respectable and intelligent.
Right. Worth it. If I get injured on the platform, you know, at least it was meant to be. You know, I did everything I could, but in the gym, you know, there's no excuse.
You know what I tell all my guys? If you're gonna fuck yourself up, do it in front of the whole world, breaking the all-time world record. Because then you walk off the stage and you don't regret anything. That day I tore my pec, I should have thought differently, but I was breaking my all-time world record. It was the end of my time right there for the Raw. And you know what? I accept it. It is what it is. You know, I regret that I didn't make that different decision like I told you. But you know what? When you spill milk, you can't drink it off the floor, bro. You got to clean it up and move on.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I popped it. And when it blew, it felt like 30 guitar strings went, and it just came off.
Oh, man.
And I stood up and I was just like, I looked at Mark and Mark was like, and I was like, I'm out of here. I'll see you later. And I just left. I walked out and I drove like 10 hours in a big ass truck. So, dude, in 2 hours, I had a bruise like that big, deep purple, you know, and every bump I hit, it was like, ah, ah, ah. It was just, it was brutal. It was brutal. I just learned from me. So anyway, I had a great time. I don't know how much time we got on here, but I think we did a pretty decent little interview for the first time, huh?
We absolutely did.
Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Of course, we have 3 awesome motorcycles right behind us. You drove here in a 1,000+ horsepower Camaro. I
did.
think we should just, you know, grace over that just for a second.
Well, you know what?
Sounds like a big passion of yours.
It is. I used to race Grand Prix motorcycles. This is a bike. I've done 208 miles an hour on this. It's a GSXR 1000. It's stretched with a 300 tire on the back and nitrous. The motor's totally built. And my race bike that I went on the track is right here. And this chopper, one of my friends built. And you know that saying, one man's screw up is another man's reward. He needed the cash. I had it. And I got it. It won first place in the Easy Rider show.
First place?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is sick. Yeah, this is sick.
So, you know, I mean, cars and bikes are just my way of expression. You know what I mean? I just, when I build something, it's like a part of me that I drive around with, and it's like the mechanical aspect of Scot Mendelson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just enjoy that. That's just something that I will always do, you know. And it's a passion, you know. What are your hobbies? What do you like doing? I understand you collected comic books as well, right?
No, not collected comic books. No. Right now, my hobbies are changing a bit. Now that I'm out in Dubai, a friend of mine he's really into cars, and he's been getting me into it. And I just got a Camaro Z01 over there.
What color did you get?
It's right now. It's actually being painted to satin black.
Oh, I love that.
And I want to change the supercharger on it to give me 1,000+.
Right. What kind of charger? You get a Pro Charger?
Yeah, I'm looking at a Pro Charger or potentially doing a twin turbo plus supercharger setup.
That's killer.
Yeah, and the thing is, don't know how Dubai police would treat me versus LAPD, but you've been getting away with it out here in LA, so I think I might be all right.
Yeah, but I don't floor it.
But then where's the fun?
You floor it when you can floor it. But around town, it's... and I pull right up next to cops. I know a lot of them around here. A lot of them train here and stuff, and they know who I am. But I just, you know, screwing up and getting tickets and getting your car impounded and all that shit. It just costs a lot of money that I don't want to spend.
Absolutely.
I'd rather spend money and be like, hey, this is my dinner I just bought. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So, but when it's time, it's motherfucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That car will do about 250 miles an hour.
Which the
Camaro.
Get out of here.
No, well,
250.
250. Yeah, it's supercharged. It's methane injected. The entire motor is completely built. And it runs on E85, which is it's. You ever hear of flex fuel?
No, actually, no.
It's a thing that in America they have cars that are flex fuel and they can run on E85, which is 85% corn syrup and 15% gasoline, or 91, whichever. So I have that, and it boosted like 130 horsepower extra in the car.
Does the motor have to be customized to support that kind of fuel, or?
No, well, you need to get an extra fuel pump, you need the sensor and a few other parts, and it needs to be tuned for the E85.
Okay.
But that car you got, bro, I got some street knowledge for you, bro. I love this deal. When I was going to get one, and it's 650 horse, and whenever they tell you about a car, it's 650 horse to the motor, not to the wheel.
Yeah.
So you lose 120 horsepower from the motor to the back wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, for 80 G's, I'll build my own. So I bought an SS. You'll see it. You haven't seen it yet, so you don't know what the hell it is. But when you walk out, you get back online and you tell them what you saw. Or we'll have your boy film it so you can.
We'll start it off if we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you drive it, bro.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
You know.
yeah. On a side note, I got mine for $20K in Dubai.
Oh my God. What year?
It's a 2014.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Mine's an 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So. But dude, you know what? They're great cars, man.
They are. Yeah.
They're great cars.
Just slaps new tires.
Is there a lot of
brake pads on
Chevys
it.
out there in Dubai?
There are. Yeah. There's a lot of muscle cars out there, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. More so, the car community is not very big. Have you been to Dubai?
No, I've never been there.
Definitely recommend it. But there's speed cameras all over the freeway, everywhere you go, so you really can't get away with it.
Right.
But the upside is that you know where the cameras are.
Oh, right. So where it's not, you're good.
Exactly. Yeah, and they don't pull you over for speeding there. It's just a petty. They just don't do it.
But the cameras get you. They
The
just
cameras-
send you the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah,
I think you got away with it, and all of a sudden you look in your mailbox and you're like, "Fuck, I didn't get away with it."
Yeah, it takes a day to show up too. So,
Yeah,
but the car community there is not very big. Yeah, it's not very big. See a lot of luxury cars.
Sure.
I was gonna ask you before we wrap this up. Actually, on Turo got a Tesla. I've never drove a Tesla before, so I've been driving around LA in a Tesla, and
It's a cool car, right?
it really is a cool car. And I know the Roadster's coming out, so I just wondering what you think about, because I hear you have a real souped up muscle car, and Tesla's just like the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, I got a not the Camaro. I have a '66 Chevelle with 1,500 horse, and it's a full muscle car, completely. You know, I bought it when I was 21 years old, so I've had it for like a few weeks. But the Teslas are cool because you can download the modifications. Like the shit's in the motor already. It's like weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's
Elon
insane.
Musk is a genius.
Yeah.
And I heard he's a good guy. Elon, I hope to meet you one day. Dude, he's making big changes on this planet, man. And I think it's good that we get a guy like that around.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tesla's definitely pushing in the right direction.
Dude, for sure.
Most cars always have their place.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the future is electric, for sure.
One of my guys on my team has the one with the 4 motors in it. And it'll spank a Hellcat in a quarter mile.
The Model S?
The top of the line one.
P100D?
Yeah, with the 4, it's got a motor on each wheel.
Yeah. I have a P100D. That's what I came here with.
Oh,
And
really?
the acceleration is ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's electric. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
insane.
top speed, it's not really.
They
the
capped it
bad
at
way.
155.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you can download something and get rid of
For
that.
sure. Like,
You
just like
know?
Joe breaking an
Of
iPhone.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bro, give me a hug, bro.
Yes, sir.
You're the man, bro. I appreciate you coming out. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. This is the first one. We got many more coming. We got a big lineup of people. We got Michael J. White. We got Denise Massimo. We got Charles Glass, Dexter Jackson, Stan McQuay, Devin Lorette, and much more. So we're going a month out because I really wanted to market it and everything, and I hope you guys are supporting. Please let everybody know. Go on my Instagram, Big Mendy. Sign up with that. Go to my YouTube, the Scot Mendelson channel. Go to my bio, sign up with that. And I hope to God this is not our last interview, bro.
No,
I
absolutely
had a
not.
blast.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to end this right now because we got some dinner to eat. All right, so you guys, we love you. Larry, you want to say anything to the fans?
Of course. So if you're not already, please follow Scot Mendelson at Big Mendy on Instagram and check out his for more of your podcasts called the Podium. Yeah.
It's called the Podium.
Is there a schedule for it yet, or like weekly?
We're working on that right now. We're probably going to do either a weekly or a bi-weekly. But we're going to put films out every week on training exercises and workouts and our lifts. And, tomorrow night we'll do some filming on me and you.
Awesome.
So, go to Larry Wheels. Look, I know he's got a lot of followers, but my guys that aren't on it, go to him because he's the shit. And he's my first guy on it, and it was for a reason because he is the future. So follow the future.
Thank you, man.
All right. Mendy out. We love you guys.